Well, hello everyone. Round of snaps and X's. I see we got a great group here from all across Southeast Asia. Hey, Laura, good to see you. Hello, everybody. Philip here, and you can't hear me. Can you hear me? Check one,
Now,
two.
yes.
Yes.
Okay, great. Glad you all are here. I'm Philip. Great to see you. It's been a long time for some of you. Danny, great to see you. What an amazing group we have from all across Southeast Asia and from across the United States joining us together to celebrate this great occasion and all the momentum and progress you all have been making as part of this Live Your Purpose through Entrepreneurship program. We've had participants from all 11 countries across Southeast Asia working with business owners, entrepreneurs, investors in the United States as well. And I'm so excited to share some of the stories, to hear some of the updates. And we've got some videos, we've got some quotes, we've got some projects we're going to talk about, and we've got some inspiring guests here to help more people. But really, entrepreneurship is all about solving problems at the root of it. It's working together with other people, having this bond, this connection. You have faith in each other that you're going to actually commit and come through. And you find more ways together to serve more people. And we say thank you with these little thank you notes we call money sometimes. So I'm so excited to see the updates that you all have been sharing through the survey and the forum as you've been getting your certificates for completing the program. It's hard to believe it's been about a year since we first kicked this program off. And it's so awesome to see the growth. And we know some of you have faced some very, very intense challenges. Some of you have had very serious health issues, and you are in our thoughts and prayers. Some of you have faced very difficult circumstances in your countries. Some of you have faced very difficult circumstances in your families. And some of you, just being an entrepreneur, you're going to face some challenges in your business as you test and you learn and you grow. So we want to encourage you all today. We're throwing you, yeah, that's right. Put some X's in the chat, some X's and snaps. And we are here to celebrate with you, encourage you today as we take a moment to pause, catch our breath, and celebrate all that you have and are doing. So let's get after it. We also have some very, very special guests here today. I want to introduce to you to help us celebrate. And some of you, if you are willing to share, please type in the chat. Dylan's here. He can also help keep track of that. If you want to share an update from your project, we would love to have you take a moment here and share in just a few minutes. So thank you. So please go ahead and type that in the chat. And if you are just joining us, please type where you are joining us from. I know it's evening there for most of you in Southeast Asia. It's early morning for a lot of us here in the United States. In fact, some are in the central or West Coast, so it's really early. The sun is just about to come up in some places. So wonderful. How many time zones? I don't even know how many time zones we're in. We're in a lot, and we are all connected together. So for one shared purpose. So let's get after it. I'm going to share with you a couple of very special people who've joined us today. I want to say a big hello to Sherry Ross. Hello, so glad today. Thank you so much for being here. I'm also going to, in just a few minutes, we're going to hear from Aaron Bachman, who I'll talk about him just in a little bit. Chad Harper is here to join us as well. Thank you, Chad, from Texas. We're going to hear from some inspiring words. Some of you remember when we kicked off the program, he was there to help inspire us and get us going. And so, Chad, we're so glad you're here. Steve Drury, the gold standard's here. You're going to hear from him as well, co-founder of Impact Junkie, investor, entrepreneur, and all-around amazing human being. So we're going to hear from them some inspiring words in just a few minutes. I do want to also welcome Nutella from the U.S. State Department, and amazing friend, has grown to be an amazing friend over the years. We've worked together in a few countries now as Nutella has moved around the world and had such an amazing impact. It's so wonderful to see the work that you've done, Nutella, and continue to do. And we're so thankful that you could be here today to join us. I think you're back in Vietnam. I think she just landed on a plane and is suffering through a little bit of jet lag tonight. So we thank you so much, Nutella. I said, are you sure you'll be able to join? And she said, I would not miss it. I can't miss this. So I know she's excited to be here. Nutella, if you are able to unmute and say a few words, we'd love to welcome you here today to this celebration ceremony.
Hello, Philip.
Hello,
everyone. Can you hear me? Hello, can you see me?
Yes, you look and sound great.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you. No, I don't know about looking and sounding great. As you mentioned, I am really going through a lot of jet lag right now. Landed back in Vietnam at 6 a.m. Was already at work by 8 a.m. Full day of meetings, but I would not miss this opportunity to say thank you to Philip, to Philip's team, and to all of you, each and every one of you. As we know, it takes a village, it takes a team, and it's really a joint effort. One of the things that really impressed me when I read your feedback was this appreciation that while it's been almost a year, it's a journey, so it's been almost a year, but the projects are just beginning, and they will last a long time. And the most important thing, probably aside from this connection with Philip and his team and each and every one of you, is what you have in the camaraderie and this community that you have created across Southeast Asia and with the United States. And of course, the State Department, we are excited and proud that we could sponsor this project as it advances Southeast Asia's prosperity as well as America's prosperity. It is a very impactful program, and we really look forward to hearing all of your impact stories. And the more stories we hear, the more we can participate in these kinds of projects. That's why it's so very important for us to learn about all of your success stories. As we say, your success is our success, and that way we can keep paying forward and keep developing young entrepreneurs and change makers and those who will impact positively prosperity in the world, including, of course, United States and this very important region in Southeast Asia. Philip, of course, mentioned the purpose, and I know I've been through several of his workshops, and living your purpose through entrepreneurship is the name of the project, the program, the workshop, this entire process. But in addition to purpose, I also wanted to point out some of the things that I believe will be very important as you continue this journey. So, of course, keeping the purpose in mind and being true to that purpose. In addition to that, having the courage, to do the right thing, having the courage to recognize when it's, when you're having challenge, having courage to reach out for help to each other. As I mentioned, this network that you have created is probably one of the most important things that is the biggest impact of this entire project. So to have the courage to step out of your comfort zone, all of you here have done this, but it's something that continues because our comfort zone expands and then we grow into it, and then we just have to keep having that courage to continue improving ourselves and continue tackling the what is it, Philip? The big audacious, the big hairy problems.
Big hairy audacious problem.
Yes,
you got it.
That's right. That's right. So to have the courage to do that, and courage is really contagious too. So when and you can lead by example that way. As positivity is contagious, courage is also contagious. So all of you can then go out and share your examples with your communities to spread that courage and the purpose. And last but not least, curiosity. You would not be here if you weren't curious about solving those problems, and curious to even notice those problems. Because to solve a problem, you have to notice the problem. To notice a problem, you have to be curious to notice, what is going on, and to even recognize and appreciate that there's a problem, and then having the curiosity. And it's something that is, I think, as we grow older, maybe some people don't want to admit the curiosity because it's, we're supposed to know everything, or, but no, the truth is no one knows everything, and it's okay. It's actually very, very healthy to be curious and to continue asking questions and to learn about each other, to learn about the world, so that you can continue finding and reinventing that purpose. So to me, it's like it's a cycle, with purpose, courage, and curiosity that just keeps moving you to the next level, almost like unlocking the next level. Once you solved one level problems, and then the curiosity drives you forward. And please keep in touch. Keep in touch with us, U.S. Consulate General, Ho Chi Minh City, U.S. missions in all of your countries where you're located. With Impact Junkie, we'd love to hear the great things that you accomplish. And we're just so, so honored to know that we have played a part in it, and that this project has had impact on all of your lives and so many more that we don't even know about, but we know that it will happen. So thanks again. Thanks for having me. I will go off camera now, but I will listen in because I love hearing these inspiring stories. They're actually, you can't make this stuff up. It's, it's real things that keep happening. And it's so great to hear about different problems being solved through so much courage, through so much curiosity, and all of the purpose that you dedicate yourselves to the community and to this world. So thanks to all of you for what you do. And thank you, Philip, and the team. Thank you.
Thank you, Nutella. Round of snaps for Nutella. Thank you. Thank you so much. What a great connection.
Thank you.
And as she mentioned, that offer to stay connected and stay in touch is so valuable. I want to say a big thank you to Dylan and Danny, who are here on the call. Let's give them a big round of snaps and exit. And he's actually, I think, in a class right now and unable to say hello. But he's so committed to you all. He wanted to be here to celebrate together. So thank you, Danny. You're amazing. Thank you for your commitment. And thank you, Dylan, for all you did and your commitment and support. So much you did behind the scenes and throughout this program. Thank you. Thank you. So I'm going to pass it over now to our next speaker. Before I'm going to pass it over to the gold standard, Steve Jury, to say hello and a few minutes of just encouragement. I want to read really quick. DM, are you here as well with One Stop Healthcare? I'm not sure if DM's on the line here. There's so many names flashing by. I may have missed it. I just wanted to share what DM posted with her venture, reflecting on going through the program and where they are now. She said in module 1, starting with you, reflecting on my past and future life chapters, I uncovered the themes that shape my values and passions. In module 2, the love people phase, I conducting interviews and empathy mapping. I deepened my understanding of the patients and caregivers. And 3, in go places, I embraced the sprint challenge, creating a prototype and gathering valuable feedback. And in module 4, I changed lives. I focused on crafting my story, and pitching it to an audience during our showcase event was so emotional and empowering. And where is her venture today? It's just some quick updates. Participating in the program has been transformative for my venture. I fully embraced the sprint challenge, and it helped me build momentum to move from ideas to action. Since then, I've been working on repeating the innovation cycles, empathizing, prototyping, and testing with real patients. And a major milestone has been forming a new partnership with a private hospital where we are now piloting this solution. And we're still in the early stages, but each cycle brings valuable insights that are shaping our product to better meet patient and caregiver needs. There's so many of these stories. We started with over 1,600 applicants to this program. Unfortunately, We were only able to accept 100, and we accepted a little more than that because they were just so amazing. So we actually went over, but we had over 100 ventures come through this program. That is a big moment to celebrate. Round of snaps, Flying X snaps to you all. Great work, great effort. And so we look forward to staying connected. Quick, I'll pass it over now to the gold standard, Steve Drury. He's an amazing investor. He's built investment funds. He has done a lot of impact work around the world, working with youth and empowerment. He is is a minister and an amazing man, and co-founder of Impact Junkie. Please give a big round of X's and snaps to Steve Drury.
Thank you, Philip. It's wonderful to be on here today. When I first met you, I was determined that you had a way from your thinking to help change the world. And it sort of reminds me of 1976 when Steve Jobs started talking about, and he had innovative products. And it ended up being, of course, the iPhone and the Macintosh, which has revolutionized personal computing and mobile communication, changed all of our lives. And later they had a campaign that was called Think Different. And what they said is the people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do. And that's Impact Junkie. We are convinced that we can help change the world, make it better for the future. And I congratulate all of you who have been on this journey. And I look forward to hearing about great things that you have changed your world and those around you.
Woo! Thank you, Steve. That's so wonderful. I'm going to pass it over now. You're absolutely right. Those who are crazy enough, and I think we're seeing that. There's so many of these stories where people are actually crazy enough to take that step because you feel that deep down, that drive, that calling to more. So thank you, everyone, for raising your hand and jumping in to solve these big problems in the world. I'm going to pass it over to Chad Harper. Chad Harper, as some of you remember, was here on our very first session, our kickoff session about a year ago, and is an amazing investor and entrepreneur and a great man that's involved in a lot of projects around the world as well, and is involved in healthcare and retail and all kinds of great business sectors. And he's an amazing man with a great heart, as you all know and remember. So I'm going to pass it over to Chad to help join us in this celebration ceremony today. Chad, welcome.
Thank you, Philip. And thank you all for you and my good friend, brother Stephen Drury there, an Impact Junkie, for this invitation to take just a few minutes this morning to speak to y'all. And thank you for what you guys are doing to impact the world, to step out into this amazing world of entrepreneurship, and that everybody on this call is jumping into, and being a part of. So thank you, Impact Junkie, for your vision, because that's what it takes. It takes vision to change the world. And I have a few minutes here, so I want to kind of jump into this. I got so much I could say, although my voice may not let me. Allergy season here in Texas right now. But all of you are on a journey. And that's what this is. Entrepreneurship is a journey. It's a trip with no final destination. And what I mean by that is, don't limit yourself to what you can do or accomplish by setting a final goal. Like, I just want to get this level. If I could just do this. Set goals, chart a course, but make it a journey. And a journey is something you just keep going until you just keep moving. You keep moving forward. Because you jumped into this, you got into this because you wanted to do something or be something bigger than what you were. And I don't know each and every one of you. I don't know your stories. I don't know what motivates you personally, but I know this, that you made a choice. You made a choice to try to do something. So that means you weren't content working a 9-to-5 job. You wanted to do something bigger. Do is the key word here, because doing is action, is moving. Yeah. And I've always said, you'll never make more money than when you work for yourself. Because if you're getting paid a salary, then someone's making money off of you. But like Philip said earlier, this isn't about making money. Yes, you should make money. Don't get me wrong. You got to make money. But this is bigger than making money. Because at the end of the day, you can't make enough money. You can't have enough power. You can't get enough influence in life that'll ever appease who you are as a person. You'll never feel fulfilled on those things. Because ultimately, when you're starting out, or in the thick of it, if it's all about money, something will take you off course, and you'll quit. You'll stop, because that doesn't fulfill what is motivating you. This is about purpose. It's about doing something bigger than yourself. It's about seeing a need and filling a need. It's about realizing that you have the ability to change at least your world. If not the world, you can change your world. I just read this quote yesterday and it blew me away. But it says this: but it is a fact that great leaders, great achievers are rarely realistic by other people's standards.
Yeah.
Somehow, these successful people, often considered strange, pick their way through life, ignoring or not hearing negative expectations and emotions. Consequently, they accomplish one great thing after another, never having heard what cannot be done. You are here to make a difference. You're here to fill a bigger purpose. Maybe you have an idea that you feel you can change the world, or maybe you just want to change your world, but you do it because you want to fulfill a bigger purpose. I got into this because I didn't have enough vacation time or money to do what I feel I was supposed to do. I was called to make a change. I got into urine toxicology, y'all. I was running pee samples in a lab. Do you think I woke up one day and said, I'm going to change my world by running pee samples? No. I found a way to do business. I jumped at it, and then I grew it from there, and I took it to different areas from there. And that's just it. At some point, you've got to take jumps, or maybe it's leaps of faith, because great achievers are not realistic. They ignore negative expectations. They ignore emotions, and they accomplish one great thing after another. But here's where it gets tricky. When it gets rough, when it gets tough, when it gets hard, and you don't know if you can do it, fear starts creeping in. And those negative voices start getting louder and louder. You see, fear immobilizes us. It freezes us. There was a story in my life, I don't have time to get into it, but I was held at gunpoint. And when that gun was pointed at me, I froze. I'd been fighting guys off before up to that moment. But when that gun was pulled, I froze, because fear freezes us. And when you're on this journey and fear starts to creep in, it will freeze you in your tracks. It'll give you decision paralysis. It'll make you question yourself. It'll stop you dead in your tracks. It immobilizes you. But you started this journey to do or be more, to serve a higher purpose. So what do you do when that fear starts creeping in? You start finding love. The Apostle John wrote it: perfect love casts out fear. So when fear immobilizes this, you remember that you are loved. That's what Impact Junkie is about. It's here to support you, to love on you, to give you what you need. But ultimately, hear me on this. I hope you all have heard this statement before. I'm living my best life now. I hate that statement, but Philip, I'm going to coin a new phrase here today. I'm loving my best life now.
Woo!
Because you are what you love to be doing. Maybe you aren't living your best life yet. Maybe you're fighting battle after battle, giant after giant, pitfall after pitfall, mountain after mountain, obstacle after mountain. You're broke. You're not sure how you're going to pay your bills, but you got into this and you love what you are doing because you're a world changer. You're living for a higher purpose, and you're in the small percentile people who got out of the boat and are trying to walk on water. And what is scaring you today won't even bother you a year from now. Going off of what Natella said earlier, your appetite for risk will increase. In 5 years from now, signing a $10 million note will feel like signing a $100,000 contract today. So keep moving. I pray every single day, God, order my steps. Because if I step today where I'm supposed to step, and I do today what I'm supposed to do, and I do that day after day, I get up tomorrow and I take another step, and I get up the next day and I take another step, over and over and over, then I will get to where I'm supposed to be, one day at a time, one step at a time, on this journey that we call entrepreneurship. You guys are awesome. You guys are special. Just keep moving forward and keep loving your best life now.
Woo! Flying X's and snaps. Oh man, I wish you had a microphone. You could just throw it down and walk away. Chad, that was amazing. Thank you so much. I'm fired up. My goodness. Okay, so we're going to record this and just replay this every morning. This is my new alarm clock, is just Chad firing me up every morning. Thank you, Chad. I love it. That is so awesome. You are inspiring us, and you aren't just talking about it, you are living it. And I have heard some of those moments, those fear moments, and also the victory moments. And I'm so honored. I know you're speaking truth, and so I thank you for being here. It's so inspiring, and Chad is such a great connection for those of you. I know we've got a lot of ventures here in the healthcare space as well, and Chad is a great connection for you all. So I look forward to continuing to hear the stories unfolding. In fact, let's see. Is the Rattan House team here? Rattan House? So here, I'll just share a quick update. Number one, what were your top takeaways? Are you here?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, I'm going to share your quotes, and then I'll have you just say a couple of words, okay? So number one, she said, I learned how to build a venture rooted in purpose, not just profit. That sounds familiar. Number two, the Impact Junkie framework helped me articulate the why behind Rattan House and connect deeply with my target audience. And third, I gained the courage, that sounds familiar, to share my story and use entrepreneurship as a tool for cultural preservation and empowerment. And current updates, I don't want to steal all of your thunder, but the Impact Junkie program was a turning point for Rattan House. It helped us solidify our mission of weaving culture into every piece and inspired the launch of our new initiative, the Southeast Asian Traditional Craft Encyclopedia. And since completing the program, we received a $12,000 in funding for the program to support this initiative. We've also established collaborations with several embassies, including Vietnam, Philippines, Laos, and Timor-Leste, and educational institutions such as University of Brunei to host workshops and exhibitions. And stay connected. You can share in the chat your updates. Please share with us a little bit more about your journey and where you are now.
Thanks, Philip, for all the kind words. I am in Brunei now. I'm a Vietnamese living in Brunei for 7 years. This is my son. He's supposed to go to bed right now. So I'm a mother of two. Also have a pacemaker to get my heart functional. But I'm very glad that I joined the Impact Junkie program of Philips. Thank you so much. You enlighten me. You teach us how to learn our strength and weakness, look deep into our past, to meet new people, to go to places, and to love people. So since I joined the Impact Junkie, it's just about 10 months ago. But since then, my venture already become $1 million startup. And one of the projects that I submit to YC program under Seeds for the Future got to the best 3 projects in South Asia, and we got $12,000 US dollar funding to run. So basically, I'm doing the culture through craft, traditional craft in South Asia, and whatever I learned from the program, I really apply it into my daily life and my entrepreneur, and everything doing great. I'm very thankful. Thanks a lot, Philip.
Woo! Round of X's and snaps. Thank you so much for sharing, and thank you for you have what we call grit. You are just pushing forward in spite of any circumstances in your personal life and your health and your family, and we are so inspired. You are encouraging us. We thank you. Thank you so much. And it's so great to see your family. Hello. So great to see you. Hello. And keep going. We look forward to hearing updates. Can you post in the chat the links so people can follow you on social media and your website to stay connected to your project? Excellent. Is Laura here? Laura from the Philippines? With the safe space? Safe people? I thought I saw Laura on here. All right, we'll share Laura's story in a second. We have one other special guest who's joined us here today, and I want to introduce him as well. So glad we have Aaron Bachman here, who's joining us from Missouri today, right in the middle of the United States. And Aaron is at among other things, entrepreneur, wealth management, investment guide, and works at a fund. It's probably over 500 billion now, the firm, in assets under management. And Aaron is one of the top of the team out of thousands across the United States and the world. He is in the top 5, I believe it is. Quite an amazing man, and has an amazing heart for impact as well. And we wanted to invite him on here today to just share a few inspiring words with you all. Aaron, so glad you could be here today.
Thank you for inviting me. I appreciate it. So when I see all these people here, and each one of these people here who are on the screen, there are some of you I can see your faces, some of you I can see your names, but each one of those people has a story. Each one of those people has a purpose, and each one of those people who are on my screen can impact multiple people that I'll never be able to touch. And so with the program that you're seeing here, being able to define what your purpose is and then realizing that you were meant for more, I think is a great foundation for moving forward. Some of the things that I think that in my life are very helpful, Chad talked about it, and that is fear. I recently heard a story of a man who was meeting with a man in Vietnam. This man was 104 years old, and he had helped leaders all across the world. And he would help these leaders by counseling them. And these leaders knew there were U.S. presidents and prime ministers, leaders throughout the world, kings, who said, "Hey, I just need to talk to this person," because he was very tight-lipped, and they knew whatever they said to him would not leave his lips. And so one of the things that he said, this minister is meeting with him, and he says, "How do you do it? What do you say to these leaders?" And he says, "I asked them, what are you afraid of? What are you afraid is going to happen if you don't do this? What's going to happen, or why are you afraid if it does happen?" And oftentimes what happens is we, in our mind, we imagine these fears and we play them out down the road. I mean, I don't know if you guys have ever done this, but my oldest child is 17 years old, and I can have her 40 years old, and filling in the blank of what her life is going to be like because of a decision that she made at 2:00 on Tuesday. And the reality is those things often never come true. And in business, one of the things that I think is absolutely paramount is that in life and in business, we all want to fit in. We all want to be liked. We all want to be, quote unquote, normal. However, in order for us to excel at what we do, we have to not be ordinary. We have to be extraordinary. And that means to step out. And that means that it will hurt. It will be hard. It will not be fun at times. But what will happen sometimes is that we will look back and we'll say, how did I get here from there? And you'll realize that it was through perseverance and discipline. And discipline is choosing what we want most over what we want now. An example of that is I want to be healthy. I want to live an extraordinarily long life and be there for my children so that I can impact their life for as long as possible. But I also want to drink Coca-Cola every day. And those two things don't work together. So I choose not to drink the Coca-Cola so that I can have what I want later. And this also happens again in business, is again choosing what we want most over what we want now. And the last thing that I will say is that without a vision, the people perish. And I have always found in my life that when I take the time to write down what it is that I want, it is more likely to happen. I've done this exercise where I simply just write down, I'll say, I fill in the blank, and I'll write these things down. And the last time that I did this exercise was I did a 5-year vision in the year 2019, and I said that in October of 2024, I weaved a story. I said it's October 2024, and I'm sitting with my friends at the table, and I crafted a story. And what happens in your mind is when you tell your brain, this is what I want to do, when you want to take that day off or you want to sleep in, your brain will go, no, that's not what you want. What you actually want is this. And so by writing down what it is that you want, writing down that vision, you will get one step closer to fulfilling that purpose. And again, remember, we are blessed so that we can be a blessing to others. So if anybody ever does want to have a conversation, I'm more than happy to talk, but I'm just honored that you allowed me to speak for a few minutes today.
Woo! X's and snaps. Thank you, Aaron. I was trying to take notes, and speaking of writing it down, I was trying to write down all those amazing gold nuggets you were dropping. Thank you so much. Blessed to be a blessing, Hannah. You got it. That's right. How simple it seems and how profound at the same time, just writing down what you want. You know, in the program, we spend a lot of time writing and reflecting, being bold enough to just share that idea with other people and get feedback, being bold enough to share, hey, what if we tried this, and would this help you, and how can we do this? Absolutely. One of the, I'm going to share one here from Sitachon, if I say that correctly, who has a really, speaking of what Aaron was just saying about being able to touch people that other people can't touch. When we say we start with you in the first part of the framework, really reflecting on what you have, what you've been given, and who you've been given in your life, in the journey of your life. You have been given a great gift. We say, do more with what you've been given, as one of our Impact Junkie mantras. Do more with what you've been given. And a big part of what you've been given are the people in your life and the places that you were born, the experiences that you've had, both the painful and the beautiful, to help guide you on the journey. And this one venture really stood out as well. One key takeaway from the program was gaining an entrepreneur's mindset and sustainable change-making framework. Not just talking about it, but actually an action plan to do it, right? Combined with guidance on stakeholder engagement and field exploration, it helped me to apply these tools directly to my work on the Uban Ratchathani floodway. If someone wants to say that better than I can say it, I would love for you to do that. Making my strategies more grounded and impactful. Isan Unveiled is the name of the project. The venture is the Uban Ratchathani floodway. And that is someone I would love to. And I'm just so happy and thrilled that we can be a part of your project, of your venture. And it says, this program has particularly helped me shape and refine my project objectives to raise awareness about the Uban Ratchathani floodway and its future impacts on communities along it. This has had an immense impact on my project outcomes in terms of sharpening the narratives of the villagers affected by the floodway and amplifying the needs of public consultation in mega development projects. And for further reading, there's a link which we'll also post and you all can have access to. And if you're here in the chat, would love for you to share that. And this is a great example of realizing what we have been given in our lives, in our journeys, who we've been given, and to do more with what we've been given. So thank you, Aaron, for those inspiring words. Thank you, Chad. Thank you, Gold Standard Steve. And we're so glad we have such an amazing group here today, and others who aren't speaking but are here to support and encourage you and celebrate together with you all. So I want to open it up here. We've got some other people on the call here who I would love to have share some of their updates from their ventures. So if you would just post in the chat, or maybe Dylan, maybe you've been watching, you've got some we think we should have share. We would love to hear from everyone, but we're going to run out of time, unfortunately. So we'll have to keep it going on the platform, which we're also live streaming on the Impact Junkie platform. We obviously have the WhatsApp group, but would love for you all to stay connected on the Impact Junkie platform. Most all of you are already on there. And that's where you also have the access to the base camp, so you can go back. You know, this journey is continuous. It's a circle, but it just keeps going, right? You just keep jumping into the unknown. Once you kind of have that figured out, we go to that next level, right? So stay connected on the platform. Please keep posting updates on your ventures so we can all celebrate and connect. I know there's great updates and other programs you all are involved in that can help each other, so we're all stronger together. All right, so let's open it up. I'm gonna have to call on some people. I think I am. DM, are you here? Let's see. Dan has a great video. I could play that.
Hey everyone, it's Daniel here from Brunei. I attended the Impact Junkie course last year. Since then, I have actually been getting ahead in my accounting classes. I'm almost finished with this diploma I'm doing. I do not have a venture of my own, but I am slated to join a team I'm already part of anyway in EduTech. It's called Pandai, and they're trying to roll out their app in Brunei. And I'm about to be a project officer for their Bruneian branch, and I will be training some local tutors in how to use the app, how to do their classes online, as well as trying to develop their invoicing system for the tuition. And I have been getting some good feedback in the meetings lately that my ideas are good. And at the heart of my ideas is the idea of service, customer care, which of course starts with empathy. You cannot really work unless you love people, right? So, if you want to go ahead and go anywhere, you have to have service at the heart of what you do. And I think this is something valuable we can learn from the Impact Junkie series. Like, it's a good reminder to, stay human and serve. So I think that's very good. I cannot recommend the Big Hairy Audacious Purpose Workshop enough for that reason. For me, that has been a success. Also, fun fact, I went on a hackathon last year about environmental issues. It was organized by the Singapore International Foundation, and it's called Climate Hack. It's also co-organized by ACT, Southeast Asia. Oh, yeah, and I became a project lead for my team. I teamed up with a few participants, one from Singapore, one from India, and also later on one from the Philippines. That opportunity became a moment where I became a leader, and because I was able to facilitate people's different ideas and try to bring people's different expertise and background together. One thing I did apply from Impact Junkie during that time was the design thinking principles, right? And making user profiles. So yes, we were able to target people specifically for this urban farming initiative we thought of, young millennials. Yeah, we aimed for those people specifically. So, and thought about how they would interact with our product using some of the empathy and design thinking principles I learned from Impact Junkie. Yeah, Impact Junkie definitely has a lot of value going for it, I'd say, especially for people like me who may not have a business background but actually need the experience to understand. So yeah, please keep doing what you're doing. Thank you very much.
Awesome. Thank you, Daniel. Do you want to add, Dan, you want to add something to that? Did you say you just had a new project today?
Yeah, kind of actually, like literally this morning, I was asked to be the treasurer of a of the second Waisili Economic Forum. Yeah, so you guys all know Waisili. You're part of it right now. It's yeah. So last year there was an economic forum that was co-founded by Nikki Pancha and someone else. I don't quite know the whole team yet because I only have seen one person on the website. But anyway, so we all the participants got an email asking for a co-lead, a new co-lead this year. They call it co-lead, but yeah. And two people got chosen. I was not one of them, but they approached me and said they want me to support the team. So yeah, I accepted a treasurer position.
Congratulations.
So that was fun. Thanks. Yeah.
Congratulations. And I love it.
So
you know, we talk about entrepreneurship I think you used the word intrapreneurship, which is such a great term as well as being entrepreneurial and how we approach life. And again, entrepreneurship is about solving problems. And so you can definitely bring that entrepreneurial spirit and attitude to all aspects of your life and companies and organizations you're working with. So I'm so glad to hear that, Dan. That's awesome.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, I've been kind of using the material from this course to sort of discern my path in business, if you can imagine that. Yeah, there's two kinds of people you can meet on an entrepreneurial team, right? People who are good at innovating things, and people who are good at improving the processes, and the latter are the entrepreneurs, which really suits accounting types, I guess, and lawyers and all that. But yeah, and I think I'm more of the latter than someone who really wants to innovate. Although, yeah, I have been doing some stuff in that regard as well.
Well, I'm glad
talking to someone about.
Dan, glad to hear your journey, and I love your engagement with all these other groups. That's going to help you a lot on your journey. And I also love that you use the word empathy. That is such a key part of this framework, and being an entrepreneur is having empathy to understand the needs and the people that you're serving. So I'm so glad to hear you using that term and putting that into practice. So congratulations. Keep it going.
Definitely. Thanks. Definitely.
Okay, so I'm going to play another one just for the sake of time. I'm going to play another quick video here on this awesome project update. We're having a great time celebrating all of your efforts and work that is still ongoing. Here we go.
Mabuhay! My name is Lara Cristel Eliza and I'm from the Philippines. Paghinom, your alien community toward holistic healing. Since its inception, Paghinom is more than just a movement. It aims to be a growing safe space for trauma-informed care, community empowerment, and healing rooted in compassion and connection. Paghinom aims to evolve into a resilient community that fosters mental, emotional, and spiritual restoration. Thanks to the Impact Junkie team and Young Southeast Asian Leaders Initiative collaboration, we've been equipped with deeper entrepreneurial insight, a regional network of changemakers, and a renewed sense of purpose. This partnership helped refine our impact model, amplify our voice across Southeast Asia, and design sustainable initiatives that empower local leaders to carry healing forward in their communities. From grief circles and healing workshops to leadership retreats, we aim to be committed to co-creating spaces where healing is not a privilege, but a shared right.
And I'm muted. Wasn't I muted for that whole thing? So let's try that again. I will read your quickly as we're wrapping up here what your venture said. Your comment said. Attending Impact Junkie was a game changer for my venture. The program sharpened my ability to identify and solve real problems through a human-centered entrepreneurial approach. I learned how to refine my pitch, clarify my mission, and design solutions that are both impactful and sustainable. The mentorship and feedback I received helped me avoid common pitfalls and accelerate progress. Congratulations. Great work on what you're doing. Keep the momentum going. Fantastic. And please post on the Impact Junkie platform. Go to impactjunkie.co. That's where you can sign up. Click on the button right on the homepage and keep the updates going. You also have access to the training videos and more updates and workshops as they happen. I also want to share one more quick video. I know we're wrapping up here, but as we talked about at the beginning of our session, a lot of us are going through our own challenges. And you've heard it a lot today in this session. The ideas of perseverance, grit, continuing, staying motivated by something more than just the money, staying motivated by what you feel called to do. And in spite of all of that, we have a lot of challenges. We still have personal, family, healthcare. Some of us are having challenges in our countries. Some are having challenges in their family. And some are having challenges in health. So I want to share a video that Anne was so willing to share. She actually started the program and was diagnosed with cancer during the program. And she has emailed and stayed consistent and said, can I please continue the program? Can I please complete it? I just need a little more time. I'm going to do it. And last night, she was actually having a round of chemotherapy treatment and said, I want to get a video in. Can I please put a video in? And so I just wanted to share Anne's video to inspire you all today and encourage you. We are all in different places, and I just want to encourage you to keep going. So let me share this video, and please give a big round of snaps to Anne on her journey.
I woke up before sunshine in LA. Just to be a part of our program, to grow, to connect. I used to think I have 1,000 problems until I had a health problem. And then I only had one. Everything else, money, relationships, trust, fades away in the shadow of it. Health isn't just something you have. It is everything. It's the ability to wake up and feel alive, to move freely, to laugh without pain, to breathe without struggle. Caring for yourself isn't selfish. It is a gift to your future self, to the people you love. Don't wait until we lose it. Treasure your health now, because when you are healthy, you can face anything. Happiness is here and now, and I am the same as you. Let's do it together. Thank you. Last year, I
Wow. What an amazing story, Anne. Thank you so much for sharing. We are so inspired by your journey. We're so inspired by what you are doing. Let's give Anne a big round of snaps and X's. And I know this is going to be part of your story. It is right now. You're living it. And I know you're going to use this to help others who will be coming behind you. And we thank you. Thank you for being bold enough to share with this group publicly, and you're in our thoughts and prayers. Thank you. Okay, we are wrapping up here, everyone. but we are just keeping the momentum going. This is just the end of this session. We heard a lot of inspiring words today from amazing business leaders, entrepreneurs, investors around the world. Thank you, Nutella and the U.S. State Department, for your support and partnership. What an amazing group that has come together from all across Southeast Asia, all 11 nations there, and we are so excited to see your progress, your updates. We only heard just a small snippet today because there's so many beautiful stories. We are going to keep the conversation going on the Impact Junkie platform. Go to impactjunkie.co. Make sure you have your account updated so you can stay connected, stay in touch on your journey, get the support, get access to other mentors, as you saw here today on this session. And we're so thankful for those who are willing to share with others and willing to learn and grow together. Being an entrepreneur is not something you do in a bubble by yourself. It's a journey together. And so I'm so thankful we get to be on this journey together, to love people, go places, and change lives together. We are living this thing out. Keep the momentum going. Keep the circles going. We're so excited and grateful. And if you haven't already got your certificate, you should have received an email on how to get your certificate. I know most of you already have. If you haven't, email team@impactjunkie.co. We'll make sure you get your certificate signed, sealed, and delivered. Keep the momentum going, everybody. Thank you so much. Can't wait to hear what you do next. Thank you, Danny. And we were just joined by some of our partners in Botswana. Yeah, Botswana. That's where we're going next. So you just never know where life's going to take you. Thank you, everybody, for joining. We'll see you. We'll see you. Bye-bye. Thank you, Sherry.